What up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys review number 30 here on the 12th annual 31 Days of Horror. This will be finishing up the Saw series for now with Saw X, which I actually do not own. I totally forgot that I never picked up Saw X. And I was going to pick up the 4K, but it's like $35 or something, so I'm like, yeah, I'll wait till like a Black Friday sale or something. But I have all the other Saw films, but I still need to grab Saw X. So yeah, Saw 10, man. 2023, it was released. I saw it in the theater, and I didn't really know what to expect going into it, because the last thing we got was Spiral from the Book of Saw. And people really thought like the direction of the Saw franchise was going away from the core story that we've been following. And so I think like a lot of people were expecting like another Spiral type movie, but we actually got like a traditional Saw film, and it actually is a Saw film that I think was like desperately needed in the franchise to get it back on track. So anyway, let's get into the plot a little bit. This Saw film takes place between, I believe, Saw 2 and 3, or 1 and 2. I can't remember exactly. It's 1 and 2, I think. It takes place between Saw 1 and 2. Yeah, Saw 1 and 2. So, this one features Tobin Bell's character, Jigsaw, who, in desperate need of some sort of savior to his cancer diagnosis, he runs into a guy from an old cancer support group who basically says that he tried this like experimental cancer treatment down in Mexico that completely sent his cancer into remission. It's really expensive, but it's worth a shot. And John decides to hit them up. They basically tell him that they won't have an open spot for like 6 months. And, he's basically tells them like, yeah, I don't have that long to live or whatever. And they're like, okay, we'll get you in, John. You actually feel like you feel really bad actually for Tobin Bell, John Kramer. But so he basically goes down to this facility. It's all like awesome, and there's doctors and different people. Everybody's so kind and nice, and like he really thinks like this is going to be the ticket, and then he has the surgery, the treatment. They say you're all good. He goes back home, and basically there was never any procedure done. It was all fake. It was all a scam. And if there's one person you don't want to scam, it is probably Jigsaw, right? So he gets super mad, and he goes back to this facility, sets up a whole Saw thing, and basically captures all the people that were involved, from like the like housekeeper to the doctor to all the people that were involved, and basically puts them in each of their own Saw traps. And also we have a return of Shawnee Smith, aka Amanda, in this one. And yeah, obviously this takes place before both of their deaths, so you're able to do that. And like obviously like Tobin Bell is like way older than he was back 20 years ago, right? But I thought he looked acceptable for playing that character still. And honestly, like at this point, I would rather like have a little suspension of disbelief to enjoy Tobin Bell as Jigsaw, because he is front and center in this one, and we haven't had that in quite a while. So it's really, really cool to see Tobin Bell back in a Saw movie. And honestly, dude, like it was like a love letter to the fans, like this series has been going on so long, and if you grow up with it like I did, it's just it's like a cornerstone to like my horror fandom. It was my generation's like big franchise, like Friday the 13th and Halloween and stuff, right? Like we have 10 films in the series, and it was like my generation's franchise. So like I have a soft spot for it, and especially over the years I've really grown to love it. And I just think Saw 10 hits like all the right beats, everything that I really wanted out of Saw. There's some nasty stuff, like stuff with like the brain matter or whatever. You know, some good traps, some really like messed up moments. Like the lead doctor basically like rips out this other person's intestines. He uses like a rope, and it's just like, it's so telling of like who this person is and stuff. But I just thought the concept was cool. It doesn't really hurt the story. It doesn't add like a ton of more plot holes. Like obviously you're gonna have a little bit whenever you sandwich things in the series like this, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. I actually thought Shawnee Smith was like great in this one too. She has a pretty decent sized role, and she has like a connection to like one of the people who are a drug addict, so because she has that backstory and sort of that history as well. So there's a connection there. It's a film that pays attention to the past series. I like that about it. It worked for me like completely. On rewatch, I think I even liked it better than when I saw it in the theater. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it like, screw it, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoy Saw 10. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Saw, which is supposed to come out next year. But yeah, Saw, that's the Saw series. I think Saw 10 is really awesome though. It's a lot of fun. With that said, I guess I'll see you guys with one more review, and then we go into the 13th annual. So peace out.